Welcome back. Learn English pronunciation with the IK. About learning. I look at on life. We can look at on the life, man's life, like energy. Einstein said, energy equal materialism, factors of materialism, and speed on the square. And when we have product of materialism and speed, and speed is soft, matter and soft. When we have two factors and one of them is on the square, better invest on factors which is in the square, because energy grow with the square of one of factors, speed, and energy grow linear with matter. Better invest in something what is on square. It means speed, but speed means soft. It is no matter. And I demonstrate now my working, how it is energy of my working day. Okay, let's go. In one movie, I say you really which one. I learn with technology, and I go to address a Stack Overflow and section English teaching, and write this question. What is correct? Your father just told me, or your father has just told me, or your father has just told me. With has or without has. And in the body of the text I write this. In Oscar 1991 American slapstick crime comedy film directed by John Landis, I heard, your father just told me. Why do not correct to say your father has just told me? Because in now it is important, because in How English Works, page 172.16, they, in parentheses, just cover a new fuel. It's half the price of petrol and much cleaner. The correct answer is by the book. They have just discovered. They have just discovered. Have just discovered. Present perfect. A new fuel. It's half the price of petrol and much cleaner. Is there any connection with the fact that the book How English Works is by Oxford University Press, United Kingdom, but the movie is by Hollywood in the United States of America? And I have respond I have response. I don't. I have a lot of response, but till now, I think this one choose like for me correct. While the correct construction requires has just told me, native English speakers frequent omit the has from such sentences. Whether the present perfect tense or the past tense is used, the meaning is identical. So you will hear people say things like, he just left, he just walked past, he just threw it away. Such omissions, generally found in the spoken language and informal writing, are common shortcuts. It's just the way people speak. Has just told me and just told me mean exactly the same thing, whether they refer to a statement that was made a minute, an hour, or a day ago. I'm going to look this point +8 from yesterday, and here is to answer. Why is correct your father just told, etc. Okay. Why Grammarly.com did remove? Okay, I look this my question. My question was why Grammarly.com did remove comma here. They have just discovered the new fuel. It's half the price of petrol and much cleaner. In How English Works, page 172, 16. They have just discovered the new fuel. It's half the price of petrol and much cleaner. Why Grammarly.com remove comma after petrol? They have just discovered the new fuel. It's half the price of petrol and much cleaner. I ask this question by thinking, is there a difference between American English and British English in the position of the comma? The book is by Oxford University Press, United Kingdom, and Grammarly.com is American English. Answer is there are at least two reasons Grammarly might have removed the comma. One, because the use of and produces a list contains A, B, C, and D, and it's becoming less common to separate the last element of a list with comma. Second, it's also possible they considered A and B to be compound adjective of fuel. However, it's not wrong to have the comma if you want it. Number one, I look at down. The sentence contains a bit of humor because the comma is optional. To be a compound adjective of fuel, to have the comma if you want it. For example, it's legitimate to consider the phrase and much cleaner to be clause, often separated with comma, or you may simply want to emphasize that last bit of information. The use of comma is a complex issue because there are so many exceptions to the rules. Worse, in many situations, how commas are used is often a style decision, not a grammar decision. Regrettably, if you really want to know why Grammarly removed the comma, you'll need to ask Grammarly. I, for one, would be curious to know their response. It is a second question in this video and the second response. My third question, definite article with is or are. I Google searched in what is this. The top 20 most common verbs is. The top 20 most common verbs is, and received 32,600,000 articles. I Google searched in quote this. The top 20 most common verbs are, difference is or are, and received 28,700,000 articles. What is correct, is or are? I think like this. Article the means always singular, means one, like a. There is no the verbs, and the top 20 most common verbs means list, one list, and we have the list is and not the list are. Or these sentences. Check out this list of the 30 most common verbs in English language. The verbs are listed in their base form, present tense, past tense, and perfect forms. The verbs in the second sentence means the list in the first sentence. Why don't write only verbs are listed? Without the article builds superlatives, because a noun with superlative is always one. There is no more the best, but only one. Because of that, there is no more list the most, but only one list the most. This my question is being introduced by this. Okay, let's go here. This question already has an answer here. No, it is written in the. Okay, my question is, it is written in the online Cambridge Dictionary. England have definitely been the weaker side in the first half of the game, while Grammarly.com corrected the sentence to England has definitely been the weaker side in the first half of the game. It is England, it is representation, social representation. It means team have 11 players. Here is England have, Grammarly England has. What is respond? This simply boils down to whether you interpret England to be plural, as representing the members of the team, or singular, the team as a unitary whole. Nowadays, American English almost always treats collective nouns as singular. I go back to my, because of that, I ask here, the top 20 most common verbs is, because the top 20 most common verbs is. Okay, we see, I'm going to see respond. who told you that the definite articles means singular? The apples are red. The apples are red. In indefinite article A is a singular, but the definite article the can apply to both singular and plural nouns. I think so, my explanation, I think so because of superlative. Okay, I'm wrong about the singular. And I'm waiting for respond, and I choose this respond. First, the means always singular is not correct. We have only one definite article, and it's used to refer to plural or singular words. The dog, the dogs. Okay, second, superlative adjective does not have to describe a singular noun. A group of things can be the most adjective: the rosiest raindrops, the wispiest whiskers, the brightest kettles, and the warmest mittens, my favorite things. Thus, we can't rely on the direct article, the, or the superlative to determine whether the top 10 verbs should be treated as singular or plural. This is interesting. Actually, there is no single right answer. It will depend on context. Namely, we have to decide whether we're talking about the group, a group which you could call the top 10, or the individual members of that group. Example. The top 10 is my favorite part of the Late Show. Every night on the Late Show, David Letterman would read a list of the top 10 of something, usually something silly like the top 10 things that almost rhyme with peas. I'm referring to the list or the segment in which he read the list, so I use the singular is my favorite. The top 10 most used verbs in English are all intransitive. I want to say that each of these 10 verbs is intransitive, so I'm talking about the group of 10 verbs, not as a group, but as individual words. By the way, think twice about using these kinds of Google searches as a learning tool. Most of the internet is not edited, and there is plenty of bad English. Also, result vary for different people in different places. When I searched for the phrase "the top 20 most common verbs is," I got one result, which was this very page. But my comment now about that. We have one very important sentence here. It is, actually, there is no single right answer. It will depend on context. It means that my constatation that the definite article means singular, there is some background in this sentence, because when we said when we said what he said, brightest kettles and the warmest mittens, the rosiest raindrops, the dogs, the dogs. We think list, the 20 common, list is one, but 20 common words, the top 20 common words is also one. The dogs, and the dog explicitly the dog is singular, the dogs is plural, but the dogs plural means there is something one because they together here. Because something one here, the roses are red, I think. The roses. There is when we have the article, definite article, we think in some community, what have something equal, something what connect that group. When we said plural with the, we think on group which have something, some adjective, same adjective. Okay, never mind. But we understand. I now absolutely understand this possibility difference between American and British American, more likely said England has and British England have, thinking about social team. Okay. I'm surprised that this question my question, what is the difference between behavior and behavior? In the online version of Cambridge Dictionary, there are these definitions for the next two words. Behavior equal the way that someone behaves. Behavior, a particular way of acting. I ask, what would be the difference between behavior and behavior by some example? I choose this answer. Look at points. It is 16 waters give me up, and you multiplicate by a factor 5, and you see how many points I received here. And look at answer. This answer, what I choose answer. There is 53, because I choose them, he have 15 points, and 53, I think, multiplied by 10. He received over 500 points. But respond means they mean the same thing. Behavior is the British English spelling, behavior is the American spelling. The definitions say the same thing in different ways. But there is a lot of discussion about this my question. I think that is a very simple question, but big discussion arise about this very lot of discussion you look at, and this question coming to top 5 top questions week. Yes, you look at 5,000 views. What is difference between behavior and behavior? It is week, the top question in week. In a month, monthly, this month it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, fifth, on fifth position. Fifth question. Okay, we look at first question. Can I say fingers when referring to toes? Let's go. In my native language, there is no word for toes. You just use the same word for both toes and fingers. In this context, I would say a human has 20 fingers. Recently, I've heard someone saying a human has 10 fingers without saying it out loud, but assuming that the other 10 are toes and not fingers. Can I use fingers when referring to toes? Would saying that a human has 20 fingers make sense in English? She choose this answer? Nope. Fingers are only the hand, except for figurative uses such as ladyfingers, a dessert. If you talk about the fingers on someone's food or person with 20 fingers, unfortunately, you'll just generate unsettling mental images. As SMCI points out, to refer to the ensemble, people will often say fingers and toes. This is a so-called Siemens twin phrase. The two words love to be paired and the order can't be reserved. We also have a single word that covers both fingers and toes, digits. It registers as a somewhat technical term, likely something your doctor would write in a report about an injury. I think most people wouldn't understand it in other contexts anyway, though some speakers might not realize that it can apply to toes, probably because of the influence of finger. Also, someone's digits is a way of referring to their phone number. A third alternative is appendages, which everyone will understand, but which is usually too broad. See comments below, and simply sounds funny when used as regular human body parts. Okay, I learned a lot of by technology, like you see. It is Stack Overflow, where you can ask and in the most 1 minute you have respond. I'm back to beginning. If we change energy in Einstein's equation, energy with learning, with income, here with learning equal energy learning equal matter multiplied by soft part on the square. You see that that energy, that learning, it's bigger grow if soft is higher, if you invest in soft side. And I invest in soft side. You now see how I learn, how I learn in this example English language. I ask Stack Overflow, and people respond me minutes in the list. In 1 minute I have respond. It is and it is a big thing today with the technology, but it is only one part of the use of technology in learning English, for example, here. What would be materialism in in learning English? It would be go to course, pay to course. It was that paying course, that money for course, that sit down in the course and maybe a lot of time waste your time on transport to course, and the course there is no go work in the course, there is no go like you want, etc., etc. But here I have computer without learning English. I have that computer and that technology, that internet, I have access to internet without learning English. And when I learning English by internet, I only used something what I have. I have not new investment. And I repeat, Stack Overflow is only